Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, I've decided that on our refueling mission, we should also have another mission involved as well. Now, I don't know how long this episode is going to be, but it shouldn't be too bad. What I decided was that not only should we be launching a refueling mission to the Minmus platform that I launched the other day. It was the Minmus platform. I should call it the like pod platform or whatever else. But yeah. So, anyways, we need to refuel that just so it can get to Minmus. And I've decided that along with doing something like that, we are also going to send a new refueler to the moon. Wow, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna send a new refueler to space. Yeah, obviously, I think we are going in that direction, sort of. No, yeah, so I've decided that we're going to launch a refueler that is going to help alleviate a little bit of the problem around the moon as far as the refuelers are going. This thing should really help out a lot. Now, as far as, the Joule tanker that I have, wow, I don't know why I'm trying to do it orbital turn. I should do that a little bit earlier, because this is a little bit of a heavier load. But no, this is going to alleviate a lot of the problems I had with the Joule carrier and all that other stuff. It definitely has a lot of fuel, but at the same time the fuel storage around the moon is also lacking, so to have two of these in orbit would just be awesome. And not to mention, it would help out a lot with like servicing and just a lot of things in general. It will come in very much in handy. So let's get this refueling mission done. It really shouldn't take too long, but you know, this is a new concept vehicle as far as the launching platform. A little bit more heavier, so we didn't really get to see the same results as far as launching is concerned with, you know, like my other rockets. It should be a little bit more stable this time too, because I did put some more struts on it, and that just looks amazing. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on down here. Wow, I just used a lot of RCS for no reason. But this thing, you know, this is 4 now compared to my last launcher, which only had 3. This is just, just a test, just to see what it does. I'm not really too confident with this design. It is a little too heavy for my liking. Not to mention, it really, once you start getting 4 of these long, it really starts to get unstable. You can already tell, you know, it's just kind of rocking around everywhere. It really just doesn't work out so well, but, you know, hopefully this thing doesn't explode. That would be a kind of a good thing. Most of the time my stuff explodes. It's great. No, not really. You know, like the Minmus thing, surprisingly, the Minmus pod platform thing that I'm launching, my first attempt at launching it actually was completely successful. And I was surprised, because stuff like that doesn't launch easily. Usually you gotta do about 3 or 4 launches, and then you kind of figure out what the problems are with it. You know, and you apply a lot of struts, and eventually it gets into space. But this thing probably has enough fuel to get us all the way to the frickin' moon and back. Wouldn't be surprised. Well, yeah, it definitely has more than enough fuel to get us to the moon and back. But we are on a simple refuel mission. And looks like we're just about to run out of fuel as we get into orbit, so that's a good thing. Alright, we need to bring this up a little bit more. Alright, that's perfect. I'm gonna be setting this as our target. It looks like I already kind of screwed up some stuff, but it's all good. Let's just get this thing, fix the inclination. Shouldn't take too much power to fix it. Let's just bring that down. Alright, let's get... Now this thing is just, it's like a freaking pencil. This is, I think, 7 of these in a row. Yeah. Or no, 6. There's 4 here, 2 there. Yeah, this thing is just huge. So we're going to fix our inclination, and we're going to dock up with the refuel, dock up with the refuel mission. We are going to be docking up with the Minmus Escape System that I launched. I keep repeating that just for people who, you know, skip ahead a little bit or whatever. A lot of people skip the launches. But, you know, this is going to be a good mission for me, personally, just because I've been having problems with the refueling, you know, pods that are around the moon, and the one that keeps jumping in between the fuel tanker and the jewel carrier. Not that there's any real problems with the design of it, it's just, it's kind of a pain in the butt to have to sit there and launch these things back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So let's just do this burn. I'm gonna cancel out this node here. Oh, it looks like we just ran out of fuel too. So, bye-bye to that. Whoa. And just throttle down. Stop there. Perfect. Now, this thing, I don't know what the orbit is of this specific object, so I don't know how far up or down we need to go. It looks like this is at 102. Okay, and this is at 84. Alright, so we need to bring this, I could bring this down, but I'd rather save some of the fuel. So, because I'm going to have to burn fuel in order to back this thing up, and it's going to be a problem. So, alright. I'm going to have to orbit around. This sucks. You know, our inclination is perfect right now. That's the main good thing. So let's just see what this thing is in orbit, what the height of the orbit is right here. Oh, it's not that bad. 97-ish? Yeah, 97.5. Alright. That's not bad. Let's get over to retrograde now. But, you know, this is our... Wow, I can't even see it. I got the lights on, too. I still can't see it. Oh, God. Flip it around. As quick as you can. We're getting close to the node. Well, not the node, but the apoapsis. I thought this one was retrograde. I always mix those up. Not the actual what they do, but I mix the what they look like on the nav ball. I always just kind of look at them. I'm like, oh yeah, that one's retrograde, right? So I said this was at like 97, if I'm not mistaken. So bring this up a little. I'm gonna put it like 96.5. Get a little close. Don't want to get it too close, because once I do my burn to bring this part around, it might elevate this orbit just a little bit, or, you know, I might push it down, you know, whatever. So this is kind of how I get my really, really insanely good approaches, if you want to call them that. Alright, so bring this over. Whoa. Where I get an approach where it's like 0.1. I bet you if I bring this over a little bit, it'll be like 0.5. 0.4. Yeah, you guys get the idea. I don't really set these up too much. I just get them in the ballpark just to know how much fuel I really need to burn. And afterwards, I do the fine-tuning. I close this out and I do the fine-tuning there. It's easier to do it that way, I think. Some of you other people who do this stuff and do docking and everything else, everyone has their own way. I know of people that use the docking, this craziness. I'm totally okay with not even using that. I'm gonna try it one of these days just to see what it's all about, but I could care less almost about using that. So we got a 208 meters a second burn. I'm gonna start at like maybe 20 seconds or something. It doesn't need to be super precise, but alright, let's get this going. Yeah, like I said, I should have started it a little bit earlier, to be honest. This sucks. Doesn't need to be super precise, but at the same time, you don't want to be doing the burn 10 minutes after frickin' you need to actually get there, so. These intersects are just coming around. It shouldn't take too long, but at the same time, I am a little worried that it's going to get thrown off a bit, but it shouldn't be too bad, once again. Now, this thing is just a behemoth, and it has, like, just unbelievable amounts of fuel. Am I in time warp or something? Oh, it just seemed like it was draining this really quickly. So, alright, let's see what we can get here. But yeah, this is, basically how I set up some of my more precise dockings. Hopefully this should be almost on the money, if not really close, like within less than 1 kilometer, which is what I prefer when it comes to docking. It makes things a lot easier. Whoa, just passed it. Yeah, 0.1 kilometer, perfect. This style works out for me, guys. I mean, once again, everyone does it differently. I do know that burning this far out is a waste because I could launch at a better time and I could almost meet up with it right up in, just take off from the pad and meet up with it within, a few seconds or whatever, or within a few minutes. But I would prefer to do it this way only because, to me, this is just the way I learned, and it works every time. So, just about every time. I haven't encountered any problems where docking itself, or at least not docking itself, but the nodes or anything gets screwed up or anything like that. This just always works. And it's just a one orbit dock, that's all it is. You just go around once and you meet up with your target on the other side. But I'm going to do my burn right now because we are really close to this node. I'm just going to keep them lined up. That's all I'm really going to do. I just want to bleed off some of the speed because we will be at this point in about, 30 seconds. So 30 seconds to bleed off all the speed with these little crappy engines. Well, what should I say? They're not crappy, they're nice. They do that. They do nice things. These are good engines, but just not enough power. But that's the trade-off. You get a really heavy engine that has really, really insanely good ISP. But the trade-off is that if you want to do anything that requires slowing down or speeding up, you're gonna have some problems. Looks like we're gonna pass it just a little bit. I don't see it's going to be very much of a problem. Maybe we'll be 1 kilometer off again, but I'm perfectly okay with that. Use the RCS, man. Use the RCS. Where is it? There we go. RCS to the rescue. Go, 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 go. Yeah, we're 1.5 kilometers off. I should have started my burn just a little bit earlier. Uh, forgive me. It is the morning, so I am a little tired, and I'm a little cranky. And if you have a problem with it, leave it in the box of stuff I could care less about, to be honest. I'm gonna just do another little burn. Let's see. Just line this thing up. Get it up to like 15. That's good. And we should be right at this thing in no time. In no time at all. I should spin around because we are about to smash into it. Now hopefully we're at the front of this thing, because I don't know what the orientation of this thing is at all. What way it's pointed or anything else. It looks like we're at the front, but I'm not sure. I can't even tell from this angle. Let's see, slow us down a little bit more. We're getting pretty close now. A little too close for comfort. Let's see. Alright, are those the solar panels on the front? Amazing. Alright, all we gotta do is flip around. I'm just gonna bleed off the rest of the speed. And then we're gonna head to the moon after this, so... just gonna refuel, and then say goodbye. Alright, whoa, there we go. Now, this should be the docking port right here somewhere. Where is it? I'm trying to click it, and the ship is getting in the way. There it is. I see it. I see it, but I can't click it. I'll just use the magical space forces just to line me up here. I don't... oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I really don't need to set it as the target, but it would make things a little bit easier. That's it. So this thing has insane amounts of lights on it. That's why this thing is like glowing right now. I got the lights on, and I'll use some RCS here. Get ourselves docked up already. You know, once again though, this mission really is going to be a very big help, mostly because of the fact that it is kind of a pain right now to do all these launches, and it also kind of is a pain to have to deal with the fact that I really am lacking on fuel, and I think I'm going to stop myself right here first real quick. I'm not okay with what's going on right now. Alright, switch craft, and I've got to put these in. I don't want to break them off, so just put those away, switch back, and reset our target. So, okay, this is going to go pretty well. Alright, now let's get this thing docked up already. Let's get there, and then we're gonna leave for the moon. We do have more than enough fuel, but I do think this burn is going to be... the burn to get to the moon is going to be insanely long. That's the only thing I can say. Alright. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a pretty average docking. I don't see any problems. Every time I say this, though, there always is some kind of stupid problem that I encounter that I didn't foresee. Slow down. Perfect. That was just amazing. So, alright, we don't really need to, you know, this thing has way more than enough fuel, and this should be more than enough to get to Minmus, hopefully. Once again, that's a big hopefully. And we're gonna just... let's see. Should I put some extra SAS in here? Why not? Yeah, I put a whole one unit. If I could, I'd transfer to all of these, but I'm not gonna, like, freaking... You guys will probably, like, punch me in the face if I do something like that, so... Alright, let's just get away from this thing. Push ourselves away a little bit. There we go. I will see you later, Minmus Base. You will be brought back in another episode. And, yeah, let's get to the moon. I'm just going to get in orbit around the moon. I'm going to do all the docking and all that other stuff later. So, it shouldn't be so much of a problem. I don't know why I'm doing it directly at the moon, though. That's kind of stupid of me, but whatever. Perfect. That works. I don't even have to change anything. Now, I was watching Duncan get to the moon, and I was just laughing the whole time. I know some of you guys like the Yogscast a lot, and I actually have been watching the Yogscast for, like, years now. And, I was watching, I think it was Duncan that plays this game now. I always mix them all up, because there's just so many. The Yogscast have so many people on board now, it's just confusing. So, where's this thing at? Oh. I'm surprised that it's not further away from us. I did do a little bit of a burn to get us away, so... this burn, I don't even know how long this is going to last. I'm probably going to end up just fast-forwarding through all of this anyways, so... Let's just see. I think I'm going to start at like 4 minutes. You were burning at about 900, so that is going to take a while. So... 4-minute burn... Yeah, I think I'll get it down to, like, let's see. There it goes. I'll see you later, Minmus Escape System. It was nice seeing you, but I have better things to do. Slow down. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so anyways, guys, we got a 2-minute burn ahead of us. I'm just gonna fast forward through all of this real quick, and I will see you on the other side. And we are back, guys. Yeah, so, I'm trying to get this thing into an orbit, and I'm going to dock it up this episode. I think I cut out a lot of the fat as far as the burning, doing the burns, and all that good stuff. Hopefully, I can get this thing into a suitable orbit as quick as I can. I'm really going to try to do this as quick as possible. The node is a little off, and I just passed it. Whoopsies. Let's see. Dowgate, you are not going to play Kerbal Space Program. I'm sorry. Let's just get this. I just need to get this down. I did put it at like a, I think it's at like a 500 orbit, so that really shouldn't be too much to bring down. It's at 482 right now. What? That's crazy. I think I should do my inclination first, just to see what we got. Probably not going to be the fastest docking, once again. I saw this, guys. Let's see. Bring this down a little bit more. A little bit. There we go. Can I get any better than 0.1? Is it just not gonna like me? It just does not like me. I think I'm going to probably set up the orbit of this thing a little bit better. I'm going to start fixing the orbits on certain things that I have right now, only because the orbits that I have on certain things, they are not very lined up orbits. They're just kind of whatever, the best I could get, and I kind of don't like that. And I didn't really use any other, tool finding, any other tools at my disposal to create like a really good orbit for a lot of my things that I have launched, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to get this thing going here in a second. Let's see. No, it's just, if you look out in my last episode, and I told you, like, I learned that tip about if you align to the moon something really far out, your orbit for your other things will be better. You can make it a 0-0 orbit. So, like, when I launched the ion station out here, if I aligned to this, if I were to set up a burn or anything like that, it would show me where it is exactly. But let's just set this as target. So, alright, what are we at? 492. If I were to do a burn right now, that would probably bring us really close, like if not in the ballpark. So let's, wow, what just happened? That was insane. In this thing I don't really mind too if we're not dead on. Once again, I'm not going to get it like perfect, because only thing we are going to be doing is just getting to this thing and docking up with it, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Alright, so our burn is in 6 minutes and 9-second burn. It's nothing. Alright. Bring this down. I feel really bad for some of these Kerbals though, man. Jeez. Imagine being in space for 9 years. And I actually read something recently, I think it was like the most horrifying things that happen to you while you're in space. And one of them is, at least for the people on the space station, once you're in space for about 2 months, from what I was reading, your feet start to molt. all the calluses and everything else on your feet, they just come off because you're in space. They serve no purpose, and that has to be probably one of the most horrifying things I've read so far. Definitely does not want to make me go to space, I can tell you that. Oh, I think we just gotta pass this a little bit more. I don't know what I was doing there. Brain fart. Let's see. Alright, this shouldn't be too much more. Whoa. Yeah, bring this back. Oh, that worked out pretty well. I'm okay with 0.3, 0.5, whatever. Let's get there. So, yeah, your feet begin to molt, and there's also a lot of issues involving like cancer and stuff like that. People who have been to space, and you also see, I don't really know what they're called, to be honest, but basically when your eyes are closed, you can see like little electric sparks or something. I believe that's like some kind of, it's like photons or something or another. I mean, I do enjoy reading about space-related things, and I do try to, like, you know, find new little snippets and stuff like that about, you know, things that have happened. And, you know, overall, like, sometimes I just can't remember exactly what it is that I was reading, or let alone remember what it was that, was said. So, you know, I really do try to remember, but at the same time, I have a crappy memory. If you guys have noticed already, you know, a lot, especially with a lot of my launches and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, today we're going to launch this thing or some other thing or whatever, and then, like, I don't even, like, talk about it for, like, a month. So, we needed to go to the fuel depot, and we are at the moon space station, like I just said. I'm just going to leave it here. I totally forgot that the moon space station doesn't have fuel, but what we can do is dock up with it, and at least for now, I'm just going to leave it docked up with the moon space station. So let's just get pointed towards the space station. Come on, go, go, go. Yeah, we needed to go to the moon fuel depot. I don't know what happened, but I just ended up setting this as the target. So I'm surprised that I put it, the fuel depot, at such a low orbit. I didn't even realize how low of an orbit that actually was at. So this will be all right. I mean, I'm okay with it being here for at least a little while. And then, you know, I'll end up transferring it over later. Off camera, obviously. And, wow. There's a lot of stuff going on over here. Yeah, these are the pods. I remember these. Wow. There's so much stuff that I launch and I don't remember that I launched. I was looking at it, I'm like, why do I have all these like strange looking RCS tanks on there? I don't remember putting RCS tanks on this thing. So let's get this over here. Bring it up a little bit. Just cancel out that speed. Cancel out that speed, please. And this should be a relatively quick docking as well. Looks like I'm getting lucky today with the whole being able to dock properly thing. Most of the time, doesn't really come that easy. And that's what she said. Alright, so I'll bring this over, and we're just going to leave it here for now. I will end up bringing it to the moon space station and all the other good stuff. I mean, not the moon space station, but the moon fuel depot. Alright, bring this over. We're good. It looks It looks fantastic. Just slow down a little bit. We're moving a little too fast for my liking. Bring this over. There we go. Perfect docking. Well, anyways, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, to all the new people, definite welcome. And yeah, I will see you next time.